Well, we just got seeing the Chernobyl Diaries. Now, Gina and Dweebo, they didn't go. That wasn't their kind of movie.
Oh,
They went to see What to Expect When You're Expecting.
that's right.
I wasn't that interested in seeing that one.
No, I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't,
something.
I don't know. It seems like one of those like PG-13 kind of like you have a lot of great talent, but you kind of tone it down to the
Yeah,
PG-13 crowd.
yeah, I think that was pretty homogenized.
Now, this one we should start by saying from the trailers, a lot of people thought that the Chernobyl Diaries was like a found footage movie. Because you know like how the trailers kind of made it look like it was like someone shooting it? They kind of just shot it in that. The whole movie was shot handy cam, like steady cam.
And it gave me a little bit of a stomachache, to be honest.
Yeah, and they kind of, even though it wasn't a found footage, a lot of times it had that
A
vibe.
little herky-jerky for my taste.
Yeah, I don't know if it had to be shot all like
I
that.
don't think it did.
And like some points when characters would walk off, then you wouldn't see where they went. So it was almost like you only were seeing the main. It was weird how they did it. They kind of made it found footage when it was no way found footage.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was a
I
group
agree.
of these friends. And they one went to see their brother who lived in Russia, and I think he was gonna visit, but he decided he was gonna live there.
Right.
So they went there to see him, and the brother who lives there found this
He
weird
was sort of
tour.
a screw-up brother.
Yeah, he was a screw up,
Yeah.
and he found this tour group that goes on
It's
extreme
like
tours
extreme tours, yeah.
in Russia, and they go on a tour, with this guy. Now the tour guide, in my opinion, was the coolest character in the movie.
The tour guide was cool.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was-
actually like a ex-paramilitary guy.
Yeah.
I think he was a cool, and I wish he would have been in more of the movie.
Yeah,
Let's
like
just put it
that's
that
what it always is. Was like the characters you want to see more of always aren't for one reason or
way.
another.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was the coolest thing in the movie. But
Yeah.
they basically go on this tour, and when they first go there, I guess he has some kind of an inn and normally can get in
Right.
with the guards. But
They should
then,
have just turned around.
yeah, and then the guards are like, "Oh, they won't let him in," and he's
Right.
like, "Oh, they said that," and they was just saying how they're doing testing or what were they, some kind of maintenance.
It's
And-
like, what the hell are they fixing? Because
So-
the place had been closed down for years.
Yeah, like 20 years it's been abandoned. So he's like, "Oh, I know another way in."
Right.
So they go in this backwoods way.
Right.
And let's just say by going in there,
Not
they
smart.
get in. It wasn't smart. There's reasons why
Yep.
they weren't allowed in.
Right.
But why they're
Right.
there though, like basically things they start hearing things, and well, first when they go in, I will say there was a really cool setting.
Oh, that's the upsetting part. The pacing was really nice.
And the tone was
in
good.
the very beginning, I thought, ooh, this has real potential, It had that kind of dirty, grainy vibe, and, that was what was so sad to me. I mean, they obviously secured this location. It looked like it was the Ukraine or something. I don't know where they shot it, but
Yeah.
it was like everything was like patinaed and dry brushed and aged, and that part of it was really, really cool. And then it was like, okay, this is looking really, really good. And then
They made some
sort of
weird choices with
petered
stuff.
out, and it was like, I understand why you don't show everything. I mean, less is more, but there was way too much less. And
Yeah.
then when you did see something, it was that typical thing that you'd expect.
From like a wrong turn.
With putty on the nose or the oversized head. It's like, why can't they, if you look up Chernobyl and look at some of the images of the actual deformities, I mean, they could have cast people that actually had issues that would have been really amazing and really scary. Because it was a little bit like thalidomide, people lost arms and legs. There was all kinds of birth defects that is very, very scary. Not the putty on the head kind of typical,
Yeah.
wrong turn approach.
And I thought too, like, surprisingly too, there was very little gore in it. For a movie like this, it's that kind of
Absolutely.
thing. There was
Very
it was almost PG-13 in
It
some
seemed
areas.
almost like it was.
Like,
yeah.
like almost like when they were making it, they were thinking,
Yeah.
could it be a
seemed
PG
almost like that's what it was.
making a PG-13 movie?
But it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't. I mean, this is supposed to be an edgy piece of work, and it was supposed to be something that, like, there's so many other movies out there. I mean, look at those old school movies where they had, like, soldiers that were zombies and like
Yeah, shockwaves and stuff.
where they came up out of the water. I mean, there was so much potential there, and the potential, they didn't live up to the potential.
No, they didn't.
It didn't live up to the potential on so many levels, that it really should have. It should have worked, but it didn't work.
I also thought too, like a little bit of the acting was a little bit kind of sketchy with a couple. I got a few different sequences. It just wasn't perfect.
It was. I know. It was slightly disappointing.
Yeah, but all in all, I did like it though. I did think it was worth watching, but don't go into it thinking you're watching a masterpiece.
Right. Well, and a lot of people just said how laughable it was. I didn't really think it was laughable.
No, I didn't think it was that funny.
Yeah, okay,
It was
we knew that what was going to happen. Yes, I anticipated a lot of the scares and whatnot. But, I've been to a hell of a lot worse than that. I've
Yeah.
been to things that just, were so bad that it was like totally laughable that people were laughing the whole time. That wasn't the case in this theater.
no one like.
No.
I think if you went with certain types of groups and stuff like that, but maybe some people would be a little rowdier. But this, I don't. It wasn't that kind of
The
one.
disappointing thing was that there was this beautiful location, there was this cool idea that just didn't have enough meat to it. It's
No,
like,
and then I'm not gonna say the end, but when you get to the end, you're like, oh, okay.
well, if you're going to do something like that too, and like I love movies with gas masks and sort of apocalyptic stuff, and they really could have pushed that whole end further. The thing that you recommended to me, that was the best thing I've seen in a long time. That
Perfect Sense.
apocalyptic Perfect Sense.
That was
I
great.
mean, forget this. Put your money, go. I guess you can. I don't know. Can you get it at like Blockbuster and stuff?
You
like
probably can get it. I think it's on the Red Box. I think I saw
Oh
the DVD of it.
man, do yourself a favor. What a beautiful movie. I mean, beautiful and sad. But what was it called?
Perfect Sense.
Perfect Sense with McGregor and the girl from Johnny Depp's movie.
Yeah, the dark.
Who was really cool in that movie.
Yeah, but all in all, though, I would say it's definitely see it, but no, not a big rush.
No.
And you could even wait to see it on DVD or
this
Blu-ray.
could be a good rental or
Yeah.
or DVD. I mean, it could have been so much better.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the last word. And I guess out of ratings, out of 10 stars, people I give it maybe 5, maybe half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really couldn't give it that much higher.
No,
it'll be something I watch again, but not very much.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.